Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel. And this video I will be showing you the resume that I use with my MS applications. And so this your resume got me and admits from various universities. I even got a scholarship of $12,000 from a university. To check what all universities gave me an admit and a reject, you can watch this video. I will leave link somewhere around here. On top of that, so I don't want to waste your time, so I will directly show you in the starting how you can directly download my resume. And if you want, you can just see the content of my resume. But if you stick around in this video, I will be sharing I will sharing all the tips and tricks that you can use, and how you can make your resume stand out from other applicants applying to that university. So yeah, without wasting any of your time, let's switch to my laptop screen now. So I'm going to directly show you how you can download my resume. I'm just you can go over to my website, that's atish.com. Okay, and you can directly just click on this and you can download my resume. Okay, now this is not my updated resume, so that I showed because just some people just want to see the content. So for that people, they can just directly go and download that resume out. Okay, now moving forward, now what I will do is I will share this PowerPoint presentation with you, so you can directly construct. You don't have to go forward and create your own template for the resume. So I am going to share this file link down in my video description below, so you can download that download this PowerPoint presentation from there. Okay, now you can directly go and edit this template out. Okay, now this is actually my resume that I used with my MS application. Okay, so now starting forward, just put in your name, all your feed. Let's say this is my website. Okay, this is my email, this is my GitHub, and this is my LinkedIn. So all the major social media, or the places that you share your content. For example, I share most of my project details on my website, so that is why I mentioned that. And my GitHub, that is where most of my source code will be there if I've shared about my project. LinkedIn, because every student should have a LinkedIn account, because that's where you can connect with the professors, recruiters, and a lot of other people. Okay, now the next section, we are coming towards my education that I've mentioned. So first of all, I mentioned what is the place that I've done my education from, what is the location, what is the time period of that. Okay, so you can directly go and get that all out information. Then mentioning what is the course that I'm doing. Okay, so I mentioned that. If and also mentioning my GPA. Okay, now you can skip this if you want in your resume. If your GPA is below, I think so, 7.5, if it's below 7.5, then you can skip this. Okay, now so I have also done an undergraduation on Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, so I have shared that also with my education. Okay, so Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, same. I've also mentioned a couple of pointers to separate me out from the other people. Like I scored the highest marks in my class. I also took initiative into challenging projects and stand-up. So you can mention a couple of these pointers. You can even mention like some of my friends even mentioned in their resume that they got a certificate from the university of scoring the highest marks, or getting the highest GPA for that particular academic year. So if you got any type of certificate like that, you can also mention that here in the pointer. Okay, so yeah, moving forward, now comes my work section. Okay, so now I will say this, like if you have any publication, like you have published any research paper or something of that sort, you should include that first, because having a research paper on your resume and submitting that in your MS application will create a much more impact. So I will say that if you have a publication, what you can do is, you can shift this whole group of information down. Okay. And you mention your publication first. Okay. So now, so I didn't have any publication, so that is why I started with my work. Coming towards my work section, okay. So I did a mobile application developer internship at Mobicake Technologies. I mentioned the location, what is the time period I have done it for. Okay. Then I mentioned a couple of points like what were your responsibilities, what were the technologies that you have worked on, how many projects you have worked on, and some of the pointers you can mention. Some of you can get these pointers looking at the resume. Just search on Google you know resumes for this role, web development role, and something like that. And just it did like, for example, I worked on these many projects, so I mentioned that. And how much users were impacted. Maybe your users were more than a million or more than 50,000 users, so you can mention that as well out there, because that will also create an impact towards your resume. Okay. Other than that, another work experience that I had was, I also do freelancing projects, so I mentioned that as well in my resume. Okay, so one more thing that I wanted to like, these were all the hyperlinks that I'm going to create, and I'm going to show you how you can create hyperlinks for this particular text or something like that. Okay. So yeah, so I mentioned my freelancing projects. Now all things. Okay. Another thing, I mentioned my skills. What were the languages? What are all the technologies I worked on? What are the concepts? All the concepts. You can even, I think so, you can even use this resume for your when you're applying for internships there, or even for jobs. Just update all these information as you're applying for different job roles. Now coming towards my project section. So in the project section, what I have done is, in this also I have mentioned that you can visit my it's atisha.com to get a more personal information about the personal projects that I have done. Okay. Now a lot of you guys have commented in other videos that what if you are not having projects mentioned in your resume. In that case, what you can do is that you can basically, if you have done any assignments during your college time, let's say for example during my web development class, I was given an assignment to create a website for this purpose. So now you can show that as your project, and what you can do is upload that source code to your GitHub and show that and mention that here. Another thing that I have done is that some of the projects I actually also mentioned in my SOP. So I correlated some of the projects. Let's say for example I showed that this experience app I showed in my last year project, and this a lot of my professors told me that this is the best project that they have seen for this particular academic year. So I mentioned that as well here. So whenever you're mentioning your projects, you also mention the programming languages that you have used to develop this project. Okay, there's a project that is Genesis, that I mentioned Genesis in my SOP, that I know I specifically developed this project for my university. Okay, so that is why I also mentioned it in my resume, so they can get a more idea what was Genesis, and it will also create an impact that I have contributed towards my university. So if you have some kind of project like that, that will also create a much more impact. Coming to the last section, that is my achievement and activities. I showed leadership. I mainly focused on leadership qualities and my participation in various events. Okay, so like for example, I was a club member, or you can say a board member at my IT club at my Garden City University, where we coordinated with my seniors to organize various IT events at my university. Okay, so I mentioned two of these points here. Now in the third point, I also mentioned like what were the team, like I worked with the team in during my when I was at my college, and we created a app or some websites or a project in a team. So in that you are showing that you are capable of working in a team, if you have, if you have leaded the team, or if you were, handling a project, mention that as well. Try to include, in all the things in a order that will, you think that will create a much more impact. Let's say, for example, if you think, you know a particular project is going to create a much more impact, make sure you have included that in the first. And the project that you think is not, is not a lot worth of, so just mention it in the bottom. Okay, same goes for everything, like the activity, achievements and activities. The things that you think is, will create a much more impact, just mention it in the top. Now, coming how you can, convert it once you have, edited and, edited everything into this template. How you can convert it into a PDF? Just, you know uh, go to file, go to print. Okay, now select Microsoft Print to PDF. Okay, click on print, browse the destination where you want to save, save your file. I will say Atishay and resume. I will click on save. Now it will be saved. So what I will do is that I can just, just open it out that everything is correct. I can, just check all the information. Now I will be telling you how you can, basically create hyperlinks for these texts. Okay, whenever they are seeing at your resume, they can, directly click on links to see much more details. Okay, so how you can do that is that you need a software or a PDF editor. For that, I'm using Adobe Acrobat for that. So what I'm going to do is right click on this. I'm going to say open with Adobe Acrobat. Now once you have opened this up, what you can just do is that you can directly select the full text, right click on this. There's an option that is create link. Create a link. Okay, then click on next and just mention the the URL. For example, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy my website URL, paste it here. Okay, for mail, sorry, for mail, what I'm going to do is you can create a link and next say mail and just mention your mail. Same goes for your GitHub and everything out. And what else, what I did was, I created links for these as well. For example, what I did is now what I'm going to do is I'm going to my website. I'm going to open my experience. It has a unique link. So what I'm going to do, back here, pasting it here. So what happened now is, now what will happen is that if a person is looking at my resume and clicking on experience, it will open up my website and to a particular page where all my details about my experience and everything is written. Now you can do this same thing if you have a blog, like a portfolio blog or something like that. You can mention that, clickable links here and there. Or what you can do is that you can directly upload the source code in your GitHub account and copy the repository link of that GitHub project and paste it in here. Okay, so whenever they are looking at your resume, they can just click on it and they will see more details about your project. Okay, another thing, in my final resume, I added all the links for this everything. So I'm not going to, I just showed you an example how you can create hyperlinks and everything. I'm just going to click on save now. It will be saved. Now what I can do is, now I can open my this resume. Now if I click on this, it will open up my website. Same goes for my this. Open up my website with my the project that I have linked. So yeah, you can create or add all these hyperlinks. So if someone has to look more if someone has to get more details about this project, they can directly click on the link and see all the details. So yeah, these were all the tips and tricks that will help you stand out from other applicants. So yeah, you can basically download this particular PowerPoint presentation from the video description. I will leave a link there. You can download that and just make the changes into that template according to your needs and everything. So yeah, this was it for this video. I hope this video helped you a lot, and thank you guys for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel, because I will it really motivates me to make these videos for you guys. So yeah, please do subscribe to this channel and turn on the post notifications, so you will be notified whenever I post a new video. And see you guys in the next video. Bye.